husband is cheating on us, I'm assuming that he hasn't told you yet. I'm the test wife, and he tries everything out on me first. I mean everything. Remember when he got hooked on that massage oil that heats up with body temp? Now maybe you liked it, but I sure didn't. I got a rash, but of course I have extremely sensitive skin and always have. I mean, I am Clinique all the way. If you were riding up this triangle, fast becoming a rectangle, then you'd be the one with sensitive skin, the fair hothouse flower, and I'd be the scrub grass by the side of the road. And look at you, some tan. I know that you go to Total Skincare and get in the sunning beds. It's odd how he tells me all about you. There have been many times when I've said, well, why don't you just go on home then? And of course, that's the ironic part, because he always does. But girl, like, are you thick? I would know if my man had been out messing around. Like, I know your perfume, Chloe, and the fact that you have not picked up on my Shalimar is amazing. I wear the stuff the way it's supposed to be worn, heavy. I'm one of those women people ask not to be seated next to on the airplane. At my last clerical job, they ran a ban on perfume in the workplace after I'd been there a week. So I had to quit on principle. That's me, a quitter, a principled quitter. When the going gets tough, I get the hell out, always have. I've come here today with a proposition for you, but before I get into that, I thought you might like to hear a bit about me. I think you'd want to, given that I know everything there is to know about you. I know your mama died last January, and I have to tell you, I almost called you up to give my condolences. I mean, I'd been hearing about how awful her illness was and how you were traveling back and forth to tend to her. I heard you on the answering machine many times when I'd be over here for cooking dinner. I've got to tell you that I just love your kitchen. That commercial-sized stove and those marble countertops. Was he feeling guilty when you all remodeled or what? You and I both have excellent and very similar taste. Don't look at my hair, it's not a good day. You should see me when it's just cut and blown dry. Maybe I can show you sometime. Anyway, one of those nights when I heard you on the machine, you were crying so hard that I almost picked up. So strong was my urge to want to comfort you. When Mr. Big got home, I told him there was a message I felt he had to listen to right that minute, and of course he did. But then did he call you? No, ma'am. And did he call to check on your son, who he had ducked off at somebody's house and them not even home from work yet? I told him that if I had a son, I believe I'd be more responsible with him. And he just pawed the air like I might be dumb. He must do that a lot to you, too. I'm sure he must. I even suggested I excuse myself, go to the mall or something so he could have his privacy, but he just waved again and shrugged like, eh. Well, that was the first time I stopped and asked myself just who in the hell was this man I was sharing my or your bed with. I looked at him in a completely different way after that. I mean, how could he hear you crying and carrying on like that and not rush to call you? I see your surprise, and I'm sorry. We all grow up and find out that the truth hurts. But here's some truth you might like. I did not sleep with him in your bed that night. I faked myself a migraine complete with a blinding aura and made him drive me straight home. Do you think he ever looked all around to make sure your neighbors weren't looking? Hell no, either too stupid or just didn't give a damn, I don't know which. I moaned and groaned and talked of the bright lights I was seeing out of my right eye. I told him the left had already shut out in complete blindness, and honey, he drove faster than the speed of light. I have always noticed how men, at least the ones I've come into contact with, cannot stand to observe pain. It just sends them right up a tree. I have also faked menstrual cramps with Mr. Big on several occasions, and so I know in great detail, he talks a hell of a lot, doesn't he, that you have yourself just a terrible time every month and always have. My bet is that you faked your share, am I right? Well, either way, I know how you sometimes ask him to crush up some Valium into some juice that you sip through a straw, so you don't have to sit up and straighten yourself out. Genius. Make that Mr. Big Ass work. But honey, I'm not so sure I'd trust him, you know. If I were you, I might mix my own cocktails. But enough about that. not tell you about me.
She said, honey, you don't know me, but I feel like I know you. Do you mind if I come in and it'll only take a minute or two? And by the way, I really like what you've done to this place. Well, it doesn't really surprise me, huh? We kinda have the same taste. That's enough small talk. There's something we need to discuss. Your husband's cheating on us. And then she said, you look surprised. Well, I'm surprised. You never knew. Pick up on my rather strong perfume. Well, anyway, we've been replaced, and she's much younger than me and you. I know she's out there with him now, doing things that we used to do. But if we got together, don't you think we'd be dangerous? Cheating on us. Yeah. Snakes are in the kitchen and crows are on the line. Where the thing is twitching. Can't you see the sign, sign, sign? This is where I started to cry, and she said, oh honey, you'll get over it. And never mind my fantasies of cyanide or taking out a head. And anyway, it's better, don't you think, to make him wish that he was dead. Promise me you'll take that creep for everything he's ever had instead. We've got a Polaroid camera and a room number at the hotel model house. Your husband's cheating on us. He's cheating on us. Snakes are in the kitchen. Crows are on the line. Where the thing is twitching. Can't you see the sign, sign, sign? Your husband's cheating on us. Your husband's cheating